everyone, it's me simply smiling in the kitchen, getting ready to make a simple dish. Very simple. It's Super Bowl time, and I wanted to come on and share an appetizer that I like to serve for Super Bowl, that I like to eat myself. Normally I make a whole lot of finger food for a whole lot of people, but with the conditions today and the pandemic, it'll be just myself and my honey, and hopefully little Hunter would join us if he wants to be bothered on Super Bowl Sunday with the old people, his old grandparents. And so I'm going to make a plant-based meatball appetizer. I'm going to make it 3 ways. Now, these are high in points. I kid you not. These are on the green plan. You get 3 meatballs for 10 points. Now, the way I work around that is to change the portion that I eat. So I'm going to have per serving 2 meatballs, which will break it down to 6 points. Okay, I can live with that alongside some lower point options or some 0 point options. So these are the Italian ones. They come in Italian and original. They're still either way 3 for 10 points on the green plan. So I went with the Italian ones just for more added flavor to the flavor that I'm going to add. Now I'm going to do these in 3 different ways, and I'll tell you what I'm putting in each one. And later on, of course, I'll post a picture with the measurements and the points allowed for each type of meatball. So I've already cooked these in the oven. You want to cook these in the oven on 375 for 15 minutes. Okay, for 15 minutes, and then you want to turn those over depending on your oven and cook them for an additional 3 to 5 minutes. You don't want them to get crunchy. You want them to be the texture of a meatball. And like I said, I've already prepared 6 on parchment paper and cooked in the oven. Okay, I don't want them to roll off there. And so the first one I'm going to make is what I call a teriyaki meatball. The ingredients are teriyaki sauce. Okay, with the teriyaki sauce, you're going to use 1 tablespoon of teriyaki sauce. Okay, you're going to use ground ginger. Now the ground ginger, I only use like 1 teaspoon of the ground ginger. You're going to dice onion, how much onion you want, and you're going to dice bell pepper. And I dice onion and I bell pepper, and I cook those on top of the stove just to get them caramelized a little bit. And you're going to do a dash of black pepper in that one. Now I've already mixed the ingredients. That's your teriyaki sauce, your ground ginger, bell pepper, diced onions, and a dash of pepper. Okay, then you want to take your meatball and just drop it in there and coat it. Now, you can use any size bowl that you want to use. I'm using this small one because it's easy to take a regular spoon and just turn this like so. You want to coat it completely, okay? And then you want to set this on your tray like so. And you want to do 2. I'm going to do 2 of each flavor just to be able to use all the sauce. Any sauce left has already been pre-measured. You can just drizzle that over your meatball. Now, nothing goes to waste, so I will be drizzling a lot of sauce today if it does not coat the meatball completely as I stir it. And like so. Now, the next one I want to share is one of my favorites. I mentioned spicy a lot. Spicy don't like me a lot, but I love spicy. So I have to be a little lenient with the spices when it comes to hot stuff. This one I like to call my sweet and hot meatball. Okay, some people may say sweet and sour, but the hot is definitely here. So the additives for this one are your original hot sauce. You can use Texas Pete, Frank's, any brand that you like to use. Crushed red pepper, we're still on the hot there. And then to sweeten it up, I use coconut palm sugar. Now, you can use regular sugar, whatever kind of sugar you want to use. However you want to sweeten it. Of course, you can use maple syrup here. I did not use maple syrup in this one, excuse me, because I'm going to use it in my last one. But the coconut palm sugar is very good. I'm going to use a tablespoon of that. And of course, the hot sauce, I use a tablespoon of that. And the peppers, I just sprinkle those on, however many you want. And then, of course, again, you just drop your meatball in your whatever you're using and just turn and coat. Now, like I said, I'm turning and coating, but I'm going to definitely drizzle these on and serve this whole tray will be served warm so that the sauce would adhere to the meatball really, really good to get all that added flavor that we're adding. And then you want to just drop those on your tray. We're going to do another one of the hot and spicy, sweet and hot, excuse me. However you want to label it, sweet and hot or sweet and spicy. And coat that one. This smells so good. This is actually one of my favorites. I'll take this one sometimes and actually serve it over a wheat pasta, or make sure my pasta is yolk free. I'll serve that on there. and or you can serve it on top of cauliflower rice, regular pasta, whatever you want to put it on top of, okay? Sometimes I would coat my meatballs also, and I would dice them up and pre-measure everything like I've done. I would dice them up and serve those over a bed of lettuce with some shredded carrots, more onions, cucumbers, bell peppers, whatever you like in your salad. And then I would put the meatballs on there, dice them up, and then just drizzle the rest of the sauce on there. It makes for a very good, what I call a buffalo salad. I love hot and spicy. Just have to be a little careful. Get that one coated, and you want to drop it. So now the last one I try to make my own barbecue sauce. So for this one, you're going to use ketchup. Now, you can buy low sodium ketchup, regular ketchup, whatever kind of ketchup you want. Of course, I'm trying to live as plant-based as possible, so I'm very careful about what I add into my food. Sometimes I may not make it there 100%, but I try really hard, okay? So I use regular ketchup. You're going to use apple cider vinegar. You're going to use maple syrup, organic. You're going to use garlic powder. Now, you can dice a whole garlic in this one and caramelize it to begin with if you want that crunch to the meatball like we did for the teriyaki. That's up to you. But I'm using garlic powder and Worcestershire sauce. Now, with your Worcestershire sauce, be careful if you're doing plant-based that it does not have anchovies added. A lot of it does, but there's this different types. Food Line has this brand that does not have anchovies added. So be really careful when you're looking for that. Okay, and then you're going to take your meatballs, you're going to stir it all together. That's your barbecue sauce, and it's smelling really good, and it is really good. I've had this one several times. And you want to just coat and coat and coat your meatball. I think during Super Bowl time, we have to be careful because we're watching the game. We may get upset and we may grab the wrong food. So to have your food prepared beforehand, before the Super Bowl, and not time when it's time for the Super Bowl and you just pour on like a bag of chips and some cookies and crackers and cheese. You don't want to do that. So you want to be prepared for everything you're celebrating in life. So then you want to put those on your tray as well. And there's 2 of each. Okay, now the points are going to differ a little bit. Of course, we know the Me Too meatballs are going to be 6 points straight out the gate. But the points are going to differ because some of the additives here have points. Okay, some of the things I added, like the ketchup, the maple syrup, they do have points. And like I said, I'm going to list those for you so that you will have those if you're interested in making these. Now, I'm going to go back and just drizzle leftover sauce on the particular meatball that it is. Just put it all on there like so. Like so. So that's all the barbecue. Now, the sweet and spicy, I would not drizzle all this on here because there's a bit much left. I'm just going to spoon it on. Make sure you get those pepper flakes in there so you can get all that flavor, all that yumminess. And then, of course, the teriyaki has the diced up onions and the diced up, bell peppers. You want to get those on there. It makes for a beautiful, delicious, delicious meatball. Okay, and your tray looks like this. I've lined the tray with some sweet potato fries. I hope you can see this. I'm definitely going to take a picture for you. I like the Ore-Ida sweet potato fries. Let me show you those. I like these because they're crinkle cut. And then when I was eating regular fries, I always wanted the crinkle cut ones. It was like you got more French fries with the crinkle cut ones. Like they crinkled them up and you had to keep adding more fries to make them extra long. Speaking of long, I'll go in the bag and pull out the longest ones. You get 13 of these, 4 or 5 points. And I just bake these in the oven, no oil, anything added. These are the Ore-Ida crinkle cut sweet potato fries, 13 for 5 points. I hope you enjoy my appetizer for today for the Super Bowl. Another thing too, let me back up a little bit. You can add the nutritional yeast, a teaspoon of nutritional yeast to the teriyaki ones. Just sprinkle that on top. It gives it that cheese flavor added in. If you don't want nutritional yeast, you can use the dairy-free shredded cheese by Dahlia. This is another one. When you get ready to heat it, you can sprinkle these on top of any of your meatballs. Actually, I don't add it to my sweet and spicy because I like for those flavors to come through with no interruption. They're my favorite. But the barbecue meatball and the teriyaki meatball, you can add either one of these for that added cheese flavor that we love to eat in our appetizers and snacks. All right, have a wonderful day, and I'll be back with a picture with the points for your meatballs. Teriyaki, your hot and spicy and your barbecue meatballs along with your crinkle fries. Now with the fries, you can add any side. You can add broccoli florets to your tray. Just dress it up and make it look festive. Have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you real soon. Bye.